Okay, so guys, I was telling you about the data cleaning bit, and I think I've expounded on it. What it means is basically preparing your data into a very good format, a consistent format, so as to make it easy for your models to make predictions using it. At times, some models won't accept some type of data. Like for instance, when you're using some discrete data to predict some continuous outcome, it won't run. So what you'll do something known as feature engineering for that. Jerry will tackle all those. For me today, I want to tackle about data cleaning, how to know if your data is clean, how to check for those abnormalities, and how you can replace those abnormalities. So the first thing to do, there is always this thing called is.na. What this function does, it tells you if there exist any missing values in your data. So to do this, let me show you with this one. If you do call sums is.na insurance, what this one does, forget about this one first. You can forget about that. What column sums is.na insurance does, it gives you the total sums of missing values in each and every column in your data. If you just run is.na, then you name your data. My data was insurance. It will return something like this. You can see these rows, these are rows. It shows whether there exist any NA values, any missing values here. So you can see it's false, 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 false all the way. This means that our data has no any missing values. Okay, let's forget about that. So maybe you want to know from each column. Let's say we had some missing values from each column. How do you know the number of missing values in each column? So to do that, this is where that functions come in place. Call sums is.na insurance. If you run this, this is the output you will get. If you can see my console, you can see age, there are 0 missing values, sex, 0 missing values, BMI, 0 missing values up to charges. Okay, so we are very lucky our data has no missing values, but if our data had missing values, what is the solution to that? The solution to that, remember last time Jerry explained to you guys, there are different ways to deal with missing values. And he said there is listwise deletion, where at first you select those features. After selecting the features you want to be in your model, you look in each and every row of those features. Is there any missing value? And what is their proportion? If it has a higher proportion, you'll end up omitting that variable. Which you do this way. If you were to omit, say we calculated the proportion of missing values, and you find that some data has lots of missing values. What you'll do, you'll just type na.omit. And inside the bracket, you choose which variable here has a lot of missing values. So for instance, say age had a lot of missing values. I'll do this insurance, then slice it, take age. If I run this, it will omit insurance age with NA values. But that isn't a very good way to approach missing values, because it won't result to something better. So what you can do, you can replace those missing values. And replacing missing values, you can replace them with zeros, you can replace them with medians or means. You can do that manually by doing this. You select your data frame. For instance, here, this could be now insurance. Then you slice your data. Slicing means you select the variable you want to replace its missing values with some data. Here we want to replace with 0. Now say the number of children was the value with missing data. I'll type children, then is.na. This one specified. It contains null values. Insurance, then still number of children, then replace it with 0. Remember we said how to assign, we learned in fundamentals of R, how to assign a value inside a variable. You can use this one. So here we've assigned it a value of 0. This means all the missing values in this variable, children, now will be equated to 0. And there is also this other option where you can equate them to their median values or mean values. So here, replace this one with data frame, then variable. The variable, you select the variable with the missing values. Remember, we did some proportion in our last class where we calculated how to calculate the proportions of missing values in different variables. Then confirm it if it has missing values, insurance, the variable here, still use children, and median, replace it with the median value now. Children. So this is the other way of approaching missing values. You replace them with new values, or what is known as imputing them. You can impute them using the median or the mean, or you replace them with zeros, but this won't help. So the best approach is just to pick the imputation bit. So to do the imputation bit, there is this package known as Vim. Vim in R, what it has the K and N, K nearest neighbors. So what K nearest neighbors does basically, so let's say this is our data frame insurance. This KNN makes work easier because what it does, if it's numerical variable, if it's a numerical variable, what this will do, it will calculate the means of all those missing values in that variable in our data, then feeds those missing values with the mean. And if it's a categorical variable, what it does, it will take the most frequent in that categorical variable and replace it in the missing values. So this is another way of dealing with missing values. You can do the KNN bit of it, where you just insert your data frame. After inserting your data frame, you specify the number of Ks you want. Number of Ks basically is the distance from each other point, I think. If you do classification using KNN, there is that bit of classifying different classes. Now K is the approximate distance, the Euclidean distance. You can calculate it that way, I think. Okay, thank you guys. I think that was for me today. Jerry will proceed afterwards. Thank you. Is there any question maybe before Jerry proceeds?
Ai bang ai bang enggak mau tweet kontak mudah mau menambil ngai bilang pikiran.
Hello. Okay, now that there is no any question, I think Emma can now welcome Jeremy to proceed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Choka, for the good presentation. I think we have learned a lot from you. We have learned data cleaning in a deep way. Jeremy, are you around? Jeremy?
Yes,
okay, take over, please.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Jerry. Let me make you a host, then you can share your screen.